Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Inane Dragon, and tonight we return with another episode of Inane Explanations. Yes, I know, I've been slagging off like hell with this series, but I promise I'll start shitting out more of them. I'll be explaining to you the nuances and intricacies of Poisoning the Well. No, not the Magic the Gathering card known as Poison the Well, although it is a shitty fucking card, yet pretty in foil. Nor am I talking about the fallacy of argumentation inspired by said card. That's right, I'm talking about Poisoning the Well, the YouTube channel. As far as I can tell, they got their name from the amount of liquor they drink, after which they've got to drain the pipe somewhere, and being Georgia natives, wells are probably the height of technological achievements in plumbing. Poisoning the Well consists of a pair of idiots and their far wiser canine masterminds. While the true names of the dogs will never be made public, the hominid half of the crew is made up of Manly Man, Fat Pat, and Blatant Power Bottom, Sofane. Whilst the Dogos manipulate events to ensure the channel lands on juicy opportunities like a Logic guest video, these two morons do everything they can to sink their channel, often impersonating friends or allies of the very assholes they're mocking in their videos. In general, every Poisoning the Well video follows one of two formulae. Either Sofane and Fat Pat introduce a topic with a little bit of humor, Fat Pat taking it far too painfully seriously, and Sofane trying to play off the Shatner-esque overacting to create what they think might be construed as comedy. Otherwise, they both overplay the idea of being believers in whatever insane shit they found on the internet. Yes, literally poisoning the well by acting as straw men of the video to which they're responding. If they weren't Georgian natives, maybe you'd even think this was the inspiration behind the name, but, This goes on for about 15 minutes, frequently devolving into jokes revolving around their rather weak sex lives or blatant alcoholism, something to which this narrator can relate. In this method, they leverage parody, wit, nihilism, and liver failure into a recipe for debunking their opponents without once resorting to facts, logic, or the last functioning brain cell they share between themselves. Where did this shitstorm come from? Well, legend says that over 1,000 years ago, the wizard Sofane trapped Prince Fat Pat in a crystal, then, having gotten bored and wasted, wandered the world in a hangover stupor until 2015. Halfway through the year, short on rum money and desperate to forget what he'd done in the last week, Sofane released his prisoner unto the world. He then spent the last of his treasure on far more recording equipment than any small YouTuber would buy and a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. With this, the pair recorded their first video, an incoherent laugh about how gay their marriage is. How gay marriage is. Wait, no. That's how gays should suffer marriage. In the process, they crushed the hopes and dreams of an elderly white woman, the most important sort of person to protect from the painful reality that is our daily life. When this proved to be marginally less than a complete failure, they turned their sights on internet legend Christianity, taking on such well-known forgettables as the Vigilant Christian, Josh Feuerstein, and others no one wants to remember who used to be popular for some reason. It took more than a year of putting up with Sofane's bullshit for Fat Pat to lose his mind and attempt his escape, inspired by internet legend Marina Joyce and her difficult travails with, well, concocting a whole bunch of bullshit. In spite of the pity party and attention-seeking of many minor YouTube voices, Sofane's magic proved insurmountable for the fattest of Pats. If you didn't know, Pats are chronically malnourished. That's why this one looks so bangable, yet is so fat. Even channeling the soul of Trump, Fat Pat has remained the victim of Sofane's passions. The real question is, surrounded by insanity like this, isn't Sofane the real victim here? He may have held Fat Pat prisoner for over 1,000 years, but it's only so he'd have a friend on this dreary little round ball. Not even his dogs love him. Has that earned him the revenge Fat Pat is inflicting upon him in the name of stirring up YouTube drama and clicks? Yes. Only you can decide. And so, as they continue their descent into madness and YouTube fame, dragging us all down the well with them, I invite you to join us for a drink and a laugh. Their output may be slow as fuck, but that's because they put in a quality of work my hack jobs will never achieve. I'm Inane Dragon, and enjoy what's left of your April Fool's Day. If you're watching this later, have a drink anyways. It's less likely anyone's shaking up the can. If you've enjoyed this inanity, consider subscribing for more of the same. Don't forget to check out my friends Fat Pat and Sophane over at Poison the Well, link in the description. Good night, and I promise to have a legitimate inane explanations up soon. It might even be about ancient astronauts.